Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Here we are again with a Chalk Talk, and I'm here with Morgantown High School's football coach. Coach, how are you doing? Just introduce yourself. I know you're new to this. This is our first time having you, and I guess I'll plan to see you more than once. I send your schedule. You have four EPAC schools. So just give me your name and
Yep.
tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name's Sean Bizer. I'm in my sixth year here at Morgantown High School. It's my 27th year as a head coach overall. And, we're just in the middle of the grind trying to get this thing kicked off in the right direction this year.
Yeah, Coach. This week you play against Jefferson High School. You both for a playoff team. You've been in the playoffs the last couple of years. Um, What's it like? I know you've played Jefferson because you used to be a Kaiser. So what's it like
Correct.
preparing for a team like Jefferson High School?
Well, I mean, they create a lot of problems for you just because they have so many athletes on the field. They can stretch the field horizontally, vertically, and they do a real good job of trying to get the ball to their playmakers, and they just do a really good job with that. Their athleticism is, I think, is their biggest strength and their speed, and so the hardest part for anybody is if you don't have guys that run like that, you've got to find ways to match them up and try to defend them, and that becomes the hard part with teams like that.
I mentioned at the beginning of this, you guys are playing four Eastern Panhandle schools. Can you just tell me your thought process in that playing those schools that you normally don't play as much, but now you have four on your schedule?
Well, being quad A, we have tried to make our schedule a fully quad A schedule. So, as opposed to going down and trying to maybe schedule some triple A's, and it's just easier and better. I think better to have an all quad A schedule. Obviously, playing in the OVAC like we've been playing. It was hard to do that because everybody wasn't required to play everybody week in and week out. Where if we move more to the EPAC, to the Eastern Panhandle, it's easier for us to pick up quad A games down there, and it kind of sets your schedule, so you're not out searching for games every year. You can kind of get that on a home and away basis, and just makes your scheduling much easier.
You know, Jefferson's coming off a game with Spring Mills. They went to the state championship last year. They did return a lot of people. They lost their quarterback. They gave up 14 points in the first quarter, shut them out the next three quarters. What is going to be key for your offense to be able to execute and put points on the board against the Jefferson defense that seems to be a lot better this year than they were last year?
Yeah. We have to play well up front. Number one, we have to play well up front, and we have to protect the football. We can't have ball rolling on the ground. We can't turn the ball over. We got to be able to secure the football, and we have to be able to move the guys up front. Our offensive line has to have a really good game. They do a lot of different things. They bring some different pressures and do some different things with their coverages. So that's going to create some issues for us. But we have to be able to assert ourselves up front.
Coach, we already talked about this before. Again, a lot of speed Jefferson brings. How can you guys counter that speed? You know, they have a big playmaker that lines up in the backfield. He lines up as the slot, the X receiver outside, and he's dynamic. What are you going to do to be able to hone that speed in and not let him get over top of you?
Well, I mean, I think our defense staff does a really good job each week preparing for our opponents and trying to minimize the big play. I don't know that you stop those guys. I think you just try to limit their big plays. And that's not to say that they're not going to get some, but you have to line up and play fundamental football. We have to line up correctly. We have to make sure we call out all of our checks. We have to make sure we know exactly what our keys are and that we execute the way we practice this week.
You left Kaiser and you had a great traditional program, playoffs every year. Moved to Morgantown. What does it mean to you to be at Morgantown and to continue the tradition of being an every year playoff contender, competing for state titles?
Yeah, I mean, it was a hard decision to leave Kaiser. That was my home, but just had opportunities here that maybe weren't available for me there, and I'm getting a little long in the tooth in my coaching career, so probably a little less extracurricular stuff I have to take care of here. I have a great support system. I have a great school, great booster club, great band, just everything
Yeah.
rolled into it. It was just a great situation, uh, and so being here and being able to continue, our teams competing for a state championship and having that opportunity. I mean, it's not really about me. It's about our kids we have and about the assistant coaches we have that do such a great job week in and week out. So, I don't know that it's about me. It's about the the program itself. It's not
Yeah.
about one individual.
Well, can you give me just on the offensive side of the ball, just a guy who you're going to depend on that may make big plays, that's going to, carry your team, that one guy that you're going to use to depend on throughout the year and tomorrow night against Jefferson High School?
Well, I mean, I think it has to start with a quarterback, Maddox Twig. He has to play well. He plays well, and I think he distributes the ball to the other playmakers, and we have a chance. And I think it all starts right there. Offensive line has to do their job, obviously, because it all starts up front, but then he has to do his job at distributing the football, making the right reads, making the right decisions with the football.
And let's just go to the defensive side. But I'm gonna ask you the same question. Can you just give me one guy who's going to be a playmaker, somebody that you're going to depend on, a leader on the defensive side of the ball?
I'm going to start up front. I'm going to say Zavon Shipman has to have a great game up front. If he can pressure the quarterback and clog the run game inside, that and make them one dimensional, that may help us. So I would say he has to have a really, really good game for us.
Like I'm an offensive guy. I always like to ask offensive questions. So the last question I have for you, last week you put up 44 points.
Mhm.
Big win. You held them to 7 points on defense. So the defense did a great job. But what's one thing you can carry in from last week into this week that can give you an early start, so you don't have a slow start against Jefferson High School to be able to put points up on the board for all 4 quarters?
Well, to be honest, I think our special teams has to play really well. Defending the kickoff or getting a great return, setting us up, or not setting the other team up. I think our special teams has to play really well, and we're pretty fortunate. We have a really good defensive. Excuse me, a special teams coordinator who does a great job with our kids. So I think they really, really have to set the tone for the game.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you being on here. I hope that you guys have a healthy season, a healthy game tomorrow. We say here at Home Team Sports, we want our kids to succeed both on the field and off the field. Thank you for everything you do, and I look forward to probably seeing you again, knowing that you play these 4 EPAC schools, and best of luck tomorrow night.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.